Hi, hello, I'm Sam Harrison. I read, review and discuss fantasy and science fiction books. Today we are talking about my weekly reading wrap-up for the 29th of March. So everything that I have been reading in the last 7 days. We're then going to be talking about what I'm planning on reading next week. We're going to talk about the videos I've made this week and then the videos I'm making next week, which I've actually already made in advance because I'm going to be on holiday all week next week. And then at the end, we'll talk about some other non-reading related media that I've been consuming this week and anything that I've been enjoying. So let's start off with the last week's reading. So on Monday this week, I finished reading Trials of Empire by Richard Swan. I say reading, I actually listened to this one 100% using Audible. So I really like the audiobooks for the Empire of the Wolf series, so I thought I would read this one purely via audio. Unfortunately, I was a bit disappointed with this one, as I was expecting, a really strong, excellent book in the same way that the previous two have been. I mean, the first book was my number 2 book of 2023, and unfortunately, book 4 just didn't really nail it in the same way. Book 4, book 3 didn't nail it for me in the same way. I felt like we kind of meandered a little bit, and it also engaged in kind of some of my least favorite tropes, which is the recruiting armies to fight for you stuff. When I feel like I don't want to read about armies fighting that much, or I don't really need to see the logistics of it. I just kind of want to see personal conflict rather than, countries at war sort of thing, armies at war. But it works well for some authors, and I think for others they should, I don't want to tell authors how to write, but I personally, from many authors, feel like it is easier to engage me with a personal story and personal conflict rather than this kind of bigger national stage sort of thing. After that, I went straight into Tales of the Sun Eater, Volume 1 by Christopher Rocchio, book 1 of 2 Christopher Rocchio books this week. So as you guys know, I like to go fantasy, then sci-fi, then fantasy, and so I read Trials of Empire, which was fantasy, and straight into Tales of the Sun Eater, which was sci-fi. I've got a full review for both of these books on my channel, so I really enjoyed Tales of the Sun Eater. I read it super quickly, and obviously it's not a massively long book because it is a short story collection, but I feel like I really powered through it and had a great time reading it. Only one of the short stories wasn't one that I absolutely loved, and all of them I felt like added something to Sun Eater, whether it was world building or character stuff, or just kind of giving you those viewpoints that you don't get, because obviously the main books are just from the viewpoint of Hadrian. So really enjoyed those, and I would recommend you read that short story collection. I feel like there's a couple of things in there that are going to be important down the line. On top of that, I then read Promise of Blood, which was actually part of the entire trilogy that was sent to me by Steve from Andrew Watson's Discord. Congratulations on getting married, Steve. It looked like an absolutely lovely ceremony. I'm a lot further than this because I also picked up the audiobook with this month's Audible credit. I think I'm I'm pretty far. I'm over a third in, I think, now. I am loving this book. Love this world, love these characters, love the magic systems. There's so much at play here. I think Brian McLennan's absolutely nailed it. Everyone who raved about Powder Mage, I'm sorry for not reading this sooner. I think falsely associated it with historical dramas on like Sharp on ITV and stuff, which I don't love most of the time. Well, actually, I probably would love. I think I dismissed them out of hand as a teenager and assumed that I wouldn't like them, and so I've never watched them. But I think I will be watching some Sharp now because I have absolutely loved Promise of Blood. I love the setting of this kind of fantasy Napoleonic War sort of thing. I love the characters. I love the magic system. I mean, I think I've already said all of this, but really, absolutely loving this one. I will be finishing this pretty quick. I'm sure I'll finish it in the first day or two of the holiday if I don't finish it like tomorrow. Absolutely great book. Really looking forward to doing the review for that one when I get back from Cornwall. Next up, I normally do not read books in between reading other books, but today I did a all-in-one reading vlog. So where I did my first ever reading vlog, but I did it while reading Queen of Mid-Ashes, the Sun Eater novella, back to back in a single session. It's about a 3.5 hour audio book, so I just listened to the whole audio book. It's 3.5 hours on 1.25, which is how I listen to my audiobooks. So it's 3.5 hours, and I listened to basically the whole thing back to front, with only some brief pauses for recording clips and talking to you guys. This video obviously was very kind of time intensive and high effort, and I'm hoping to release it on Monday. So please keep your eyes on your subscription inbox on Monday. Yeah, it's going to be a weird video. Don't know how it'll do because it kind of spoils some aspects of the story. But it's very light spoiler. But if you are extremely spoiler averse, just give the book a quick read, because it's like 3.5 hours on Audible and like probably under 2 hours for most people reading the actual novella on the Kindle Unlimited, which is where you can get it for free as well. Anyway, so yeah, Queen of Mid-Ashes was okay. Probably the worst thing I've read this month, in that actually was Trials of Empire weaker? Maybe, I don't know. So not the world's best reading week with 2 3-star reads, seeing as I often will only give 1 3-star a month. But Queen of Mid-Ashes had a lot to love, but I think that the novella format actually kind of hurt this story. I feel like it could have been told better in a slightly longer read. It was good though. I liked, as I was saying, the setting. I liked the kind of the setup for why Hadrian is involved and the characters we meet on this planet. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on Monday for my review vlog. I think it'll be a really good one. Next up, we have what am I reading next week. So once I finish reading Promise of Blood, I will be starting my April TBR. So normally the first book I read every month is a Wheel of Time book. The one that the Shadow Rising is currently in the post. Hopefully it'll get here before I go on holiday on Saturday morning. But if it doesn't, I do have backup books. So I will have something else to read. I think, what would I probably want to read? Because it's got to be fantasy. Oh no, I should start with a sci-fi actually. Maybe I will start the month. No, I want space between Demon in White. We start the month with Partial Function from JCM Byrne. I think that'd be a good way to start the month. And if I do end up taking that one on holiday, I will probably finish that. So we'll roll into maybe The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I have both of those on Kindle, so that means that I could take my Kindle with me and not have to also pile in a pile of books. So yeah, sounds like next week's going to be a big Kindle week while I'm on holiday with the family. The videos that went up this week. So we had actually 2 reviews. So we had my Trials of Empire review, and then we had my April TBR. And both the Trials of Empire and the April TBR videos got added to YouTube with titles that I had edited but the edit hadn't gone through for some reason. So that was really frustrating. I don't know whether that's hampered those videos. The TBR's not done as well as TBRs normally do. The Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 1 came up next. As I said, really recommend that one, especially if you're a Sun Eater fan. Like, there's no downside to reading that book. It's super short. All the stories are good fun. And there's some good Sun Eater lore in there. And there's a great, like, neo-noir set on, like, a a Wong Hopper consortium world, which sounds really interesting. Which was really interesting, and I would recommend it. Then was my Wandering In video. I posted that this afternoon. That actually came out while I was finishing up the reading vlog, so I did end up sharing it on social and stuff a bit later than usual. So I haven't edited that reading vlog, and it's going to take a long time. So pray for me on that one. But also, had a great time with this week's Wandering In chapter. Then when you're watching this, the 5th video will be out, which will be my weekly recap for the week. Next week's videos. So I have got planned a pretty fun week of content for you guys while I'm away on holiday. So Monday is hopefully going to be the Queen of Mid-Ashes reading vlog. There is a special format for this one, and it was quite a lot of effort, so it'd be great if you watched it and shared it around. Like I said, it's pretty spoiler light, although I do spoil some sections of it. I don't know whether this novella is hugely worth reading, so maybe you could probably still watch it. After that, on Tuesday, is going to be my fantasy starter pack. So I have created a starter pack of 4 books across various categories that I think would be great to get you to start reading fantasy. So this is not my top 4 fantasy books. These are my 4 books that I think are like accessible and give you a view of what the genre is like. If you have any friends who don't read fantasy and you think that they would really like it, but they need to just give it a chance, send them over the fantasy starter pack. And then you'll never guess what. The next day is the sci-fi starter pack. So I'm not as experienced a sci-fi reader, as you guys know, but I do think that I've read enough sci-fi to give a few recommendations, and I would love to get more recommendations in the comments on these videos. So watch both of these, drop comments, even if you're already an experienced reader, and let me know what you think should be in the fantasy and science fiction starter packs. Next up after that, we have the Wandering In on Thursday, as per usual. And then on Friday, we'll have my weekly recap, which I'm hoping to film in Cornwall in the holiday home. But I don't know yet what's going to happen there. Also, the internet in that house could be absolutely dog shit. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped myself swearing. Could be absolutely dog shit, and I won't be able to upload it in time. So I guess please be patient. If the Friday video does not turn up next Friday, I'll put a post out saying that it's delayed, and then I will record it when I get back to Somerset, which will be the next day on Saturday. So it'll just be a day late. That's pretty much the whole schedule. I'm hoping you guys will really enjoy it. The next time you guys will see me will be the reading vlog on Monday. So I hope you have a great weekend. I will still be, checking the channel and replying to comments and stuff while I'm on holiday. I'm not taking a holiday from the channel, just from filming for the channel. And in fact, I am still going to hopefully film some stuff. I'm hoping to film also some other things in Cornwall, but it all depends, because the weather next week's looking so bad. It might not actually pan out that I can do anything. Anyway, hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Please like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what you've been up to this week and what you're doing next week. And also share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel, because every little subscription helps. Thanks then. Bye.